Hey, welcome back and welcome to my lodge, or as a lot of people like to refer to it as a teepee. Teepee actually is a term that means to dwell in, so it's a very fitting term for what Native Americans used for hundreds of years as their homes. We could spend a long time talking about teepee living, what it's like getting a lodge, setting it up. You can look around, you see as the liner of my particular teepee that I painted a couple of years ago, a reproduction from an original. So we'll save talking about having a lodge, getting it set up, how you can equip it, how to haul it, in another video. But today what I want to do is to talk about an important book that I think is essential to your fur trade library if you're ever thinking about getting a teepee. And that book is The Indian Tipi by Reginald and Gladys Laubin. This book was originally published in 1957, and you can still get reprints. This is a 1977 reprint. You can find that on Amazon, Abe's Books. I'll have a link to where you can find this book in the description below. But I want to focus on why this is an essential book that you'd want to have. First of all, Reginald and Gladys Laubin have an interesting set of biographies. When Reginald's parents, I think, were 16, they both died, but they had encouraged him to be a musician. Laubin had studied music, but I guess in his inner circle, you might say, Laubin was really more well known for the work that he did with Native American dance culture. And it wasn't until a little bit later when he met an older Cheyenne chief, I think it was Cheyenne, named Old Bull, that he and his wife Gladys became very, very interested in Native American culture and did the work for this particular book. Stanley Vestal, who's a well-known researcher of the fur trade in his own right, has this to say in the introduction of this text, and I just love it so well. This book will show you how to make, use, and enjoy the best of all movable shelters, the Indian Tipi. No other book that I know can do that. I think that's pretty true for this book. It says over 300 some pages of how the Native American people designed, how they utilized, how they moved, how they equipped their homes, their lodge. I know from experience that year-round, a teepee is one of the most comfortable lodges, places to stay. It can be cool in the summer by how you adjust the cover and the liner, and it can be very, very warm in the winter with a liner and with something that they call an ozan, which in essence is a sort of ceiling that you can put up. Of course, no teepee would be a teepee in our minds without a central fire. Although I don't have it on camera, I do have my fire going. It's a little chilly outside today, but it's very, very comfortable inside here. Probably 20 degrees, some warmer in here than it is outside. I think this book was most important to me when I got my first teepee and read the first couple of chapters, which is really all about the design and how to set it up. There are a lot of areas in those pages where I have highlighted and made notes for the various size of teepees that I've had. I think the most interesting chapters in this particular book are the central chapters on living in the teepee. Even going so far as to say, unless you're wearing moccasins, you're just not enjoying teepee life, because there's no other footwear that really works as well when you're living and you're sitting inside of your teepee. This was really the central part of the Native American family. They're very roomy, and they had other uses. A lot of times the teepee worked as a sweat lodge, which was an important element of the Native American religion. If you're a teepee owner right now and you don't have this book, I highly suggest you get it, because this particular edition comes with a lot of the color plates on how a lot of the teepees were originally painted and what those designs meant. Depending on the style of teepee that you have, they talk a lot about the Sioux, Cheyenne, and the Blackfeet lodges of the time period. They have a lot of extensive research that they put into this particular book. It comes with a wonderful bibliography at the end. It's a very, very well indexed book. So if you haven't picked up your copy of the Indian Tipi by Reginald and Gladys Laubin, I highly suggest you do that, and then get your teepee set up and spend some time in it. You'll love it. Until next time, thanks. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Send me your comments or your ideas on books that we need to make essential to your fur trade library. Thanks.